Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is an answer to another question I received, this time from Claudia. So she's saying that she's reading a book at the moment, and the author says at the moment of our birth as a human we are infiltrated with programs that we would experience as trauma in our lives. Means before we even take our first breath on this realm, we are already traumatized. As she understands, she says, it is really hard to discern between what we really have experienced in early childhood and what has been infiltrated into us. He says, the whole point why a human wants to incarnate is to leave the artificial karmic loop. He says, at the moment we die, it would be crucial to stay sovereign in oneself. We should not go through a light tunnel and meet our loved ones who are waiting there, because this would exactly be the trap of being bound to reincarnate again. Instead, we should just stay sovereign in our own light and pass through. That's how we would get on the real earth where we are free. There is Garden Eden, as I understand. Okay, let's dive into it. Let's take it step by step and see what is being revealed to us. First of all, do you see how humanity wants freedom? This is what impacts me first, coming from this, all that I have been reading from her. Humanity wants freedom, right? Now, the second thing that comes to mind is the programs that we are infiltrated with are basically the hell you all know about. There is no such thing as another hell than this that I'm about to show to you. I made a little drawing here. Here is the planet Earth in the middle, the circle in the middle. The layer around it is, sorry about that, the layer around it is the hell. This is the hell. And the little lines that I, curly lines that I draw here, these are souls incarnating on planet Earth. So as you incarnate, you move through hell, you get tainted, and you come on planet Earth. This hell was created in time and space by others before you, right? So that's what that is. And if we are to listen to what this hell, what are these programs? How can we translate the programs from hell we get tainted with before we incarnate? I'm literally seeing flames and screams and free will being taken away from people. Free will being taken away from people. Pain, tremendous pain, abuse, all kinds of abuse. Dark night of the soul also comes from there. Basically, what is dark night of the soul for you spiritual people in particular? You take a piece of hell, a slice of the hell, which corresponds to a slice of your root chakra, and you digest it, you transmute it, and then and only then you can be not tempted to go into the light. And this is what she is mentioning a little bit later in the question here. But even then, you are going to be pulled towards that light that people are mentioning, that this author in particular is mentioning. Why? You have to transcend self before this portal of light is closing, and you go back to God and become one with God, with whatever there is outside of all this hell and earth and the realm of hungry ghosts, where the ones on both sides of the false matrix live, right? The people that are not part of the dark side of the false matrix, and they are part of the white side of the false matrix. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to post the video about the false matrix at the end of this video in one of those boxes right here. The people that live in the fake white side of the matrix, the false light, they are holding on their shoulders the dark ones. And this can happen. This is happening first and foremost at an individual level. You have both. And if you don't recognize that in yourself, eliminate all that dark false matrix from your life, and you will see how the blockages will be revealed to you. You will now see in yourself the real work that needs to be done on planet Earth. Right? Why it was so far, and probably it is for so many people, so hard to let go of the fake matrix and to live in reality, because the system is designed, some would say, in such a way where you are basically stuck in it, stuck in the mud. My camera is about to die, I'll be right back. Okay, so that's that. The trick here is, as you escape, so to speak, the false matrix, you have to move through life, through all the blockages that you encounter now, right? You have to believe, and you have to be one with that faith. And when you are going to do it, you are going to know what is that which I am saying here, because I'm getting the knowing that you might understand a little bit or try to, but the real knowing comes when you are going to do it and experience it, right? Then means before we even take our first breath on this realm, we are already traumatized. Yes, it's go back to the what I keep mentioning about coming from a lineage that's very traumatized. It's one and the same. The hell is created by the lineages that are here on earth that went through so much trauma and so much pain. And so as you come from that lineage, if you don't do the work, you become a copy paste of that which was before you, or maybe even worse. Or maybe even worse. That's what this is. It is the same thing. It is not something separate. As I understand, it is really hard to discern between what we really have experienced in early childhood and what has been infiltrated into us. Okay. This can be one and the same, right? What has been infiltrated into us can be one and the same when the experience repeated itself. Let's take a deeper look. It doesn't even matter if it belongs to you or it belongs to someone before you. What matters is it is in you. And so by saying that this wasn't mine, you basically refuse oneness. It's a refusal of unconditional love. So it does not really matter. What matters here is to do the healing work, the inner work, and you will notice how when the healing is done, the answer won't even matter any longer. He says, at the moment we die. No, he says, the whole point why a human wants to incarnate is to leave the artificial karmic loop. So, there are some beings on planet Earth that I brought in my messages so far a couple of times. These have, and actually I think this was the last message last night. These beings, they have angels instead of chakras. And this tells me that these people, they have been incarnated many times and they have been transcending the realm many times. It's almost like they've been incarnated in different lineages and they have been transcending self time and time again. Sometimes at the level of the root chakra, next time sacral chakra, next time solar plexus, so on and so forth, until they became these enlightened masters. And they are keep coming back to teach the world, to show the world what it needs to be done in order for the world to be free, the element of freedom that everyone is looking for, which means to face hell, to allow yourself to be in hell and to transmute it and understand that basically it is an illusion after all, because nothing is happening now. It is just our subconscious. It is so strong that, and the unconscious, but that's another topic for another time, makes us believe that we cannot break free. And again, break free from where? Everything is connected, from the false matrix, and live in reality. Because from the point where I stand right now, in the energies and what is being shown to me and revealed to me, is a human comes here on earth, lives the human experience, not very enlightened, has multiple kids, multiple children, which, because he is not very enlightened, the legacy he shares with the children here is limiting the children to repeat what was before. And this had happened time and time again. And how time and time again? The legacy was broken in itself. The legacy was misleading in itself. Children, in this case, they are fragments, fractals of the original one, right? And now we are so many people with so many opinions. We are fragmented. We are all over the place. We don't even know who we are. It takes a long time to come home, to come back home. We're in an integrated place. Where are we going to end up if we do the healing journey? In a very beautiful place, I assume. When planet Earth, when the humanity is going to, the majority of them is going to do the work that I keep mentioning, these beings these masters that keep incarnating, they won't come back any longer. And the people will be able to live peacefully by themselves. This is all that I'm saying right now. Yes, I think I answered to this. He says that the moment we die, it would be crucial to stay sovereign in oneself. We should not go through a light tunnel and meet our loved ones who are waiting there. You see, even this sentence, our loved ones who are waiting there. If you are someone that lives in unconditional love, the whole planet is your loved ones. And I understand what you're saying, friends and family who are closer to you, but that's not how it's supposed to be. You are supposed to be love, unconditional, pure love, and to look at another through those lenses. Milk and honey should pour out of you at the sight of God in another. This is an unhealed attachment that is part. It is so. This in itself that I'm saying right here deserves its own video. You know, I'm just going to say this. We do have this unconditional love in ourselves, and sometimes, based on what we know at this moment in time on planet Earth, science speaking, and even spirituality speaking, we mistake this unconditional love with us being broken, which is not one and the same with being broken. You want to love so much people, animals, everything around you, but even those that are on the light side of the fake matrix, they tend to take from you, and they don't even realize how they are doing it. Their mouths say, I want to be your friend, I want to be in your life, but their energy is exploiting the one that's whole. You see? And then we tend to put some of these masters in mental hospitals. So no, staying sovereign in oneself. Maybe this author, at that moment in time, had this information for a reason. Indeed. But as we stand today, people that transcended self, transcended hell, they will go back to God and they will come back here, probably. Others, they are pulled into the light time and time again, but why? Because they want that light. Because if they look at themselves, if you could look at yourself in spirit after you die and you go through this process of coming back, you would see that you are all dirty. And you want to come back to wash yourself, right? Wash yourself of your sins, if you want to put it that way, right? And your sins are the world's sins. You know, when some people say you are not responsible for other people's mistakes, sins. You look at a psychopath and you tend to judge that person. And you know what? Do it if you are actively healing yourself. Do judge people and see how you feel when you are doing so. Maybe part of you needs that. But then you'll move on the next level. Then you move on the next level and you will understand how actually this game is played. And you are not responsible in the way you think you are responsible from a false matrix perspective for other people's sins, other people's mistakes. Energetically speaking, through the law of oneness and through the eyes of unconditional love, you are here to help others free themselves. And from this place, there is this non-judgmental energy, which is pure in nature. Before this, you have to experiment, to experience, to feel all that is to be felt inside, to heal, to cry, to curse, to fight with God, to fight with yourself, maybe to fight with others also. But do so actively in the container of a healing process. If you are doing it outside of the container, now we call it chaos. Now we add to the hell. Now we add to the trauma that we take onto ourselves when we come here on earth. Right? But if you organize the chaos, if you take your own slice of the chaos, okay, let's do it. This is something else. In this container now, if I'm judging someone, I'm judging because I want to see what it happens within me if I do so. If I hate someone, I'm going to allow myself to feel that hate, to see what happens within me when I do that. If I love someone and society told me I'm not supposed to feel love towards that man or woman, but I feel like I want to express that, then I'm going to do it in the container of that which I call a healing process. And so on and so forth. I think you got the point, right? The real earth is here. It's in your heart. You give birth to it. You get to live on the real earth. And you don't have to die physically to get there, especially in these energies. Many portals are opening, which this is related to the 144,000 frequency that you see all over the internet. Those portals are opening for you to step through them. There is an alignment happening here, an alignment of portals in these energies, and you step through them and you get to the real earth, which is the reality of things. And how do you know you arrive there? You can see the reality of things, and there is a knowing, there is a profound knowing that yes, this is it, this is home, this is freedom, this is the liberation of the soul. Right? I just posted yesterday. Some people are being liberated at the soul level. That means you are now a guru, a master, right? You are now an enlightened one that guides people, that teaches people, that helps people come out of their own karma. That's what that means. There is something else I would like to add here. I feel in the energy of this topic and this question that many people, they find it hard to understand what I explain or these topics because they stay mostly in the head, right? What if you listen to what I say and you stay in your body? You put your attention on your heart, in your body. And don't try to understand it intellectually. Only that in itself is the process of you receiving some energy that will act like a catalyst in your own healing journey. And there was another information that I wanted to share before I end this video. What was it? It went away. It went away. Well, I hope this clarified or brought another layer of understanding to this topic. Thank you very much for your question, and please, if you have any other questions, existential questions or any other questions involving healing processes, future of the planet, what do I know, whatever comes, let me know. You can send me an email like Claudia did, or you can just write a comment in the description box below and I will create a video like this one. Please don't forget, this coming weekend I am going to host a purification journey. It is a donation-based event. There is no price set in stone. It's a non-interactive type of event. You can join. It's over Zoom. You can join this event with your camera and microphone off. Then I'm offering healing sessions. I'm offering shamanic initiations. I'm offering readings through which we can take a look at where you find yourself in your healing journey and what help do you need in that moment in time, or advice, or whatever wants to come through. Besides that, next 2 weeks, I'm going to host a masterclass over Zoom. This time it's going to be interactive. There is a price for it. If you are interested, send me an email. I'll post my email address in the description box below. What else? This masterclass is for those of you that want to become a better tool for the divine light to help others on planet Earth. That being said, thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.